All right. Okay, it's recording.
I like re-listening to your stories sometimes.
Shit.
If I'm on my walk or whatever, it's, I listen.
Okay. So here's a story. And but maybe everybody doesn't know. And I'm not the only one. I know lots of people are like that. Just don't like sharing the bad stuff, sharing the shit, right? So I never share how much on the daily it absolutely kills me to not be me, right? And so that's what's really cool after the stem cells, because I don't have to like hold back and be all careful how I move. And so everybody thinks, oh, those faces, you didn't used to make those. Yeah, they're on the inside. I just can't let them out.
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Like, it drives you crazy to hold that in,
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to really almost hold back a lot.
All the time. But it's like, that show, Welcome Back, Kotter?
Yeah.
It's like, welcome back, Susan. Yay. Oh, hi. There you are.
Yeah, really. Wow. That's just amazing. That's exciting.
So, off topic, but kind of on topic, because why can we do a 90-day push? Because we can. Because we took a month and we did some other stuff, and we're going to be preparing and planning this week, and then just ready to smash it for 90 days. And what does a 90-day push do for business or life or anything, Tam?
Oh, it's incredible. Incredible. I mean, this month has not been a bad month considering we've been traveling, and it's like, wow, we still had a 5-figure month.
Exactly.
And it's like, wow. So I'm excited. I can't wait. For this 90-day push. And I already started today. Like, I'm doubling up on videos. I'm doubling up on just everything. You know what I mean? Connecting with people that, you know what I mean? Like, when you said that to me, I was like, okay, well, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. So that's a great topic for tonight. And I'm just already pumped for what's going to happen. Honestly, there's just going to be so many people's lives changed, and it's just going to be super exciting. I already know what's going to happen. Oh yeah.
The writing is on the wall.
It really is. The writing is on the wall. Oh my God, that just reminds me of that song. I just heard it last week when I got in town. You got to look up the song, The Writing's on the Wall. It is incredible.
Is it?
Incredible.
Cool.
Hey, Tony Davis, China. Hey, there's some unstoppable people that are going to be joining us this week. Absolutely.
Welcome. Speaking of which, we kind of got off to a goofy start. I guess we should start off a little more like our routine.
Yeah, let's do our routine.
Okay. So welcome everybody that's watching live. And if you're watching the recording, awesome. High five. Peace. That is why a part of everything that we do ourselves, myself, Susan Batchelder, Tammy Montgomery, you can see our names on here, which is really cool. But anyway, everything we do it on purpose. We're planners. We apply strategy to everything that we do. And these regular Tuesday night blabs every single week, we're pretty hard pressed to ever skip these. Sometimes we don't do some of our other regular stuff if things come up, but it doesn't matter. If you look back at our past blabs, we do them from wherever we are. Like there's some from when Tammy was in Florida, when I was in Vegas, when I was in Texas, when I was in Mexico. Like
when I was in Texas with you. Yep.
We were both in Texas.
We were both in Texas. Yep.
Yeah. So we stop what we're doing from wherever we are and we come out to you. And that this part of it isn't about us. It's about our community. We want to keep on feeding our people. And so that's what this is about. It's very much on purpose. And that's what will also always be teaching and mentoring and inspiring each of you to do, and we inspire each other to do it. If one of us kind of doesn't feel like doing it, we kind of egg the other one on to keep on doing it. And that is a exactly, we do.
It's true.
Yeah. It's like nudge, nudge, come on. Are you kidding me? So and that is fitting with our topic, because if you want to get momentum, if you want to scale up, or if you want to change something, nothing changes if nothing changes. So this goes for in life. We've been both showing a massive changes that we've done in our personal lives. So literally, we don't just coach, mentor, and lead all the people in our inner circle about business. Because it's not just about the money. It's not just about business strategy. It's about life. It's about having your business a part of your life and your life a part of your business, because it's all a part of you. We are whole. And so that's what we are about in general, and what we'll talk about with the strategy of doing a 90-day push in business or your life. So whether you want to pick one specific thing, for example, Tammy set short-term goals a year ago at this time. She set short-term goals and long-term goals for something massive that she wanted to accomplish. And she accomplished it before the end of the year. But she set like daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. And that's the idea of a 90-day push, because most of us, our mind can't conceive too much past 90 days. Like sometimes you can't even conceive past maybe the minute or the hour or the day. So you need to feed yourself that. But a 90-day push is it's historically, it's been proven again and again that it's a really good chunk of time to bolster. But you need to give yourself a break after that 90 days. You need to pause and reflect. You need to rest because you get exhausted or burnout. And so that's kind of what we did. This last month, we had some things to accomplish. It doesn't mean that we weren't busy, but we kind of took a breath for the month of April. Like we didn't do our Wednesday night hangouts, and there's some other like the busy kind of work that we didn't do. We had to take a breath, and we are so ready. So that's what I have to say. Tammy, go.
Exactly. And I think the biggest thing about the coolest part about it is you can do that with this business. And it's almost like a faucet that you can turn on. Sometimes you can't turn it off because there's some passive advertising strategies that we...
That's funny.
I mean, see,
she tries to turn it off and I'm turning it on.
And she's turning it on. I'm like, I just got home from Texas and I got a whole invite, like boom, and my phone's like blowing up, and I'm like, dang, I can't even get, my bag unpacked. But by the way, just if you don't mind, I'm having a difficulty. This guy is going to be on another unstoppable person, but he can't get on the Blab, Susan. He's not sure why. So I sent him the link. I'm not the techie person here. He should be talking to you. He said he's not sure why. He really wants to get on tonight. He says he can't see it. It's not showing up. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, the very first thing you will always want to ask is what browser they're using.
Okay.
Browser and what device. Like, is he on a computer, a desktop, a laptop, a phone?
Okay. What browser are you using? Okay, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to pause this.
No,
but he's a major fan of ours.
Yay!
And he's been watching for just a slight bit, but then he has been seeing our videos and stuff. So this is the one that's
video. Everybody listening, yes. You're not doing some sort of video or multi-form.
What browser are you using? He said Google. See, no.
Google Chrome?
Yeah, might be. I just got these brand new contacts today, and they're those progressive ones that I don't like to say bifocal contacts, but so I'm getting used to them. So I have to hold my phone way back, but I can see you guys perfectly. I can see you perfectly, Susan, now, like with these contacts.
Shit.
Oh shit! I'm dying here. He said yes, he's using Google Chrome. But anyway, I'm just going to tell him I'm on live right now. You know, I am on live. Okay, so I'm on live.
Yeah. He can close out, try it again.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, yeah, whenever you think about a 90-day push, you want to definitely write things down because that's the biggest thing. I always have checklists on a day-to-day basis, and Susan has checklists, and that's the cool part about it is when her and I start working together, we're like, wow, we both go by checklists and daily lists and things like that. But it's absolutely true. Whenever you want to change something in your life, you have to take action. If you don't actually do the task, first off, let me back up. You have to know what you're going to be doing. So in 90 days, you're going to say, okay, well, what are they talking about? When we mean a 90-day push, we mean lead generation. Because really, with what we have here, in almost any business it will apply to, whether you're a mortgage broker, which or insurance agent, okay, cool. He's on. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Rod. Welcome. 2 Rods. I just said we just have another Unstoppable Rod. This is another Rod. Thanks, Rod, for jumping on. Now I'm nervous. No, I'm just kidding, Rod.
What?
Really, really awesome. Different Rod. Really awesome voice, by the way. This guy from Arizona. But anyway, I can't wait to see his face. I get off track. But anyway, we're talking about when you have a sales funnel or any kind of business, whether it's insurance like Rod has, or he was in insurance. That's kind of how we got the connection. And he knew I was a mortgage broker, and he knows you're a nurse, Susan. The thing is like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You got to have people seeing what you're doing. Okay. So there's ways and lead generation strategies that Susan and I teach and train. So when we say 90-day push, it means that we're pushing people through and looking at our opportunity. That's really what it boils down to.
That's one. That's just one.
That's one.
One piece.
One piece of it, right? Lead generation. The other thing is, if you want to obviously change your location, like for me, I have a 90-day push in the other parts of my thing that's going on behind the scenes. So by summertime or end of summer or by fall, I won't be in New York. I will be in Arizona. So that's another push. So whenever you're, setting up to want to really do something, it's just like, and that's a big feat, let me tell you, because I've done it before. 2,600 miles is not an easy thing to do. Because you have to plan, you have to make sure there's things in place, make sure you have a place to live. That's a biggie. But that's kind of what's going on in my world. And I think that you have to absolutely have these little notepads. If you don't, then it's almost like chaotic. You know what I mean? But I think also you have to have someone to help you with that accountability. Don't you, Susan?
Yeah, definitely. So hence the conversation of it. And it really helps to do a 90-day push, either as a community or in some sort of partnership where there's conversation going back and forth so that you do feel accountable. That's another benefit of being a part of a community that are all kind of doing similar things. Like everybody has their own little why and passion and goal. Mm-hmm. But as a whole, if everybody joins in, it's the momentum, it's the excitement, mm-hmm. and best described as the tide. When the tide rises, all the ships gathered in the same section will rise above, lift up with the tide. So with that pressure, the momentum, the energy, the excitement, it's definitely beneficial. So accountability, yeah.
Accountability and commitment. Because mm-hmm. if and you and I, you mentioned it in the beginning, you and I have been committed. We've obviously haven't skipped a beat, in my opinion. And the thing is like when you're building a business and you're building an empire online or offline, you have to work it like literally like it's $1 million business. You know what I mean? And it will absolutely pay you tenfold. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, if you're going to do a 90-day push, it means you're going to be committed and you're going to come to these events. You're going to come to the Monday calls. You're going to invite people. You're going to say, look at what Susan and Tammy are doing. This is amazing. How many people are coming? I mean, look at how many people we even have tonight here. It's big. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, is you want to absolutely commit for 90 days, and you don't want to say, oh, well, I got to go golfing, or, you know, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Wait a minute. You said you're going to do this for 90, you know what I mean? So you can't fall off the bandwagon. Someone asked me tonight, I think I posted about my transformation about last August even. I just pulled up a picture from last August when I was jogging around Pat's house, you know, when we were down there in August with her. And I pulled it up and I was like, wow, I have changed a lot since that picture. And the thing is, I posted it and I said, I have not cheated one day. And it's true, because there's just something about that. Like, you know, Oprah would talk about a cheat day or something like that. But you get off on a cheat day and then you fall off the band. It's almost like telling an alcoholic, because that's what I considered myself, was like I was a carbaholic. It was almost like telling an alcoholic, just one drink. One drink is all. Here, just take one drink. It won't hurt you. No, you can't do that when someone is addicted to something like I was. And I had to admit it. You have to admit when you have a problem, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely no cheat day. And absolutely will I not take a day off from exercise. You know what I mean? Because once you do that, then it's a backward spiral. So same thing, almost like, you know, you get off, you fall off. If you fall off the bandwagon, you get back on it. But I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm driven. I want to take as many people as we can possibly take with us, Susan. And that's, you know, I'm pumped. That's all I can say. And it's good. I'm glad we're doing this 90-day push, because I have to put the energy somewhere. So I'm going to put it in the people.
Focus.
Right.
Focus.
There's Paulette.
Focused energy will create action.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, I still have to teach you that technique too.
Okay, I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I just did 2 of yours today, so
very cool.
I had to.
This isn't brand new. It's just adding another level to that. Okay,
cool. Hey, Paulette, I was just talking about you. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't talking about you, but but it was kind of spurred my. You posted something on my Facebook post, and it said about cheating, and I was just explaining before you got on the blab that I can't cheat, because it's like giving an alcoholic a beer or a drink. Once you do that, then it's like that, and it's backwards. So I don't give myself a cheat day. I absolutely have not cheated once on this. I haven't had one piece of candy or sugar or nothing like that. And I'm still doing fine after 11 months. So I know people can survive without sugar.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Awesome, girl. Hey, I'm so glad you came onto this blab. It's awesome. I haven't talked to you in a while, Paulette. It's been a while. One thing I think she might even want to know, and some people might want to know just a little bit about, why do you guys want to do a 90-day push? Like, why? Like, what's your why? For Susan and I, we have our own whys. I have my why. She has her why. And there's two key things, I think, that last year when it changed inside me is because, well, you absolutely deserve it, for one. Mm-hmm. And that was when the whole switch came in, and then just, you know, took away whatever excuses, was because, wow, she just said I deserved it. So you got to have someone, like, you know, it kind of comes with that accountability, if that makes sense. So you absolutely deserve that, Paulette. And you say you want to lose 40 pounds. Well, hey, girl, I want to lose 20 more, 25 more. And then I want to tone. And then I'm going to be hopefully doing a marathon. Not hopefully. When I do the marathon, what am I talking about? Exactly. So I've already talked to my friends. She said, Tammy, this is what you got to do. I'm going to do the marathon. And then I want to get a motorcycle. So you may just, whatever it is, you just have to, maybe, like Susan said, do the 90-day thing. And it's really, you got to trunk it down, because like you said, Susan, I didn't do, and you and I, when we set goals, we don't set it for, okay, what are we going to be doing next year? We set it for quarterly. And I think that's a great idea to do it quarterly, because that's what I did. I think we scheduled the event last year in November. And then I said, okay, well, I got to lose 50 pounds by then, right? I think it was.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even like the goals literally, and if we're going to keep on touching on goals, of course, because you need to set goals to make a 90-day push effective. Essentially, that's what it is. A 90-day push is pushing to achieve some major significant goals, something that you want to, or maybe a bunch of somethings, but either way. So we're going to be talking a lot about goals, but we actually have a specific training hangout that goes into depth, because there's a lot of strategy to goals, and being an effective goal maker. And it's not about just like grabbing a goal out of thin air and just like bolding towards it. I mean, that might work, but there is a strategy to being effective with achieving goals. And so if anybody wants to know any more about that, just ask either one of us and we can shoot that to you. Mm-hmm. I believe it was either the end of November or sometime in December when we recorded that hangout, and that was and it turned out really good.
Yes,
so,
it did.
Anyway, where was I going to go with that? Oh yeah, and you have to not just like achievable, attainable goals in between, but you have to reward yourself when you achieve each one of them. And that'll help you keep that excitement for the 90-day push. Because if you're just aiming for one thing at the end of the 90 days, you might tire if you're not somehow feeding. You have to feed yourself. Just like even when you're like it's just like nutrition. You have to eat every day. So you have to feed yourself some sort of rewards towards this 90-day push, so that you feel excitement and you can keep on doing it, and you build your confidence by doing that as well. So that's where the daily and the weekly and the monthly goals, and then yes, the quarterly goals.
Exactly. For me, I go and get another pair of jeans.
Yeah, see, and so some of the things. So we're rewarding ourselves sometimes we don't even realize, like we're not labeling it as rewarding, but it's super important. It's super important.
It is super important, because when you consider, I used to go in the opposite direction when Amanda used to go shopping, and now I go with her. And she just looked at me funny when I put her sweatshirt on tonight. She's like, what are you doing with my sweat? You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to reward yourself, and absolutely, because you do deserve it. Can't talk. But it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. And the benefit of doing a 90-day push in your business is because money creates options. Like we talk about lots, especially the last month. It just keeps on coming up, because it is true. It is absolutely true. So if you do a 90-day push in your business, you're going to expand your freedom. You're going to expand your options to reward yourself, whether it's in your business or in your personal life. And you'll, that's probably the hugest reward that you can do for yourself, is by making more money so that you have more freedom to look after yourself.
Exactly. And I think the thing is like, let's say we're talking to people that have never made one dime on the internet. Let's say one dime. Okay. Start out with one lead. Celebrate that one lead that you generated. Celebrate that one person that you talked to on the phone. Celebrate that. Because every time, like Rod, for instance, welcome Rod. I see that you're on now. That's awesome. Let's say I'd never spoke to anybody before. Let's say he was the first one tonight. I'd be celebrating it. I'd be like, yes, I spoke to him. I got through the phone conversation. And that's the cool part about this business, is it's just a phone conversation, just like a friend. Him and I immediately made a friendship. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about this industry is that you're here to connect with people. People want what we have. He said to me, I want to plug into a community. He found us, Susan, because we have this community. So hence, our members are going to get people attracted to them like a magnet because we have this community. So if you're wondering, and you've never heard about Susan and I before, Unstoppable Network, what is it? Well, hey, it's because we formed it so you guys will have somewhere to come, have somewhere to talk, someone to talk to. And because it is lonely out there when you have your own home-based business, you know what I mean? And we didn't have it when we first started online. We didn't know where to go or who to talk to or, hey, we have this or that issue or whatever. But it's more than just a business opportunity. It's a community that we've formed. So that's what he was attracted to. And he even said it to me on the phone. I didn't even have to say it. People can sense that. They can see it and they can sense it, and that's what they want. And that's what we have. So you just give people what they need and what they want. And that's that simple. Right, Kenneth? Kenneth Martin's on here, Susan.
Hello.
Your buddy? One of your buddies?
I got lots of buddies.
You do.
That's right. Out of the box. Get in the box.
Yeah, get in the box. I'll never forget that when you told him that.
What are you talking about out of the box? Get in the box.
Exactly.
What are you talking about, fool?
What are you talking about?
One of my first 90-day push in this industry, in this business, was I started it July of 2012, and my 90-day push. I get this, and this might sound funny to some, but to some of you, it's going to sound really real. So my goal was to build my list to 1,000. I wanted 1,000 people on my list, and that was my 90-day goal. Guess what I did? Guess how many I've set on in that 90 days?
I can't say because I already knew, but someone else can. Yes.
Anybody want to guess? How many leads did I have on that list at the end of 90 days? Oh, good guesses. 5,000. 5 times my goal.
1 million, Rod says.
Yeah, I wish. 5,000. So July, August, September. Yep. And I made my first big ticket sale the first week of October. So almost like just after that 90-day push had ended, I made my first $5,000 sale. So yes. Is it a good idea to do 90-day pushes? Yeah. And it can be just as simple as that, to build your list to a certain number.
Yeah.
It can be
it really can.
It can be a crystal clear, clean goal, and you just laser focus on it and just bust that baby out. Just do it.
Absolutely.
Yep. It doesn't have to be ginormous.
No.
I mean, to me, 1,000 on my list, it felt ginormous. I thought I was picking a big goal. Yeah.
Mine's 90,000 in 90 days.
In 90,000 leads on your list?
No, $90,000.
You want 90,000 on your list? I like that generation. You want me to go to work? I'll put those babies on there.
Okay. 90,000 leads, $90,000. That will work. Yeah. $90,000. Let's see. What is it? Right now it's April, May, June, July.
Dr. Janine. Yeah. You knew I was going to say that. You want me to do what?
She will do that because like yesterday was 300 and some leads and she didn't hear a peep from me. Whenever she doesn't hear a peep from me, she knows I'm very busy. Okay, go ahead. Do the blah, blah, blah. But I can do $90,000 in 90 days too, though.
Oh,
That's the thing.
But we just play.
Well, it's just playing. That's all.
Look, it's a pen.
Wait, you mean your blah blah thing's a pen? I didn't know that. Oh wow, flip it around. Let's see. Oh, it is a pen. Oh, you didn't know it was a pen at the end.
Holy shit, it writes too.
Well, when you consider the numbers now of what we've been doing, it's not difficult to ramp up and scale up to do 90,000 from what I've seen in the numbers. And that's the thing is, the cool part about it is like, what is that? Oh, that's cool. I can see that. 90-day plan. Yeah. And that's the writing. It's the my writing. I shot you a list today and I was like, oh crap, she probably can't read my writing, but you're used to my writing now, which is pretty cool because not many people can read it. My chicken scratch.
Yeah. It's not about being used to it. It's just, I can read almost anybody's writing because I spent 16 years having to read multiple different kinds of people's writing, like in the charts.
Yeah, doctor.
And it wasn't just the doctors. You should have seen some of the nurses, and then like intensive care patients. They're really sick, so there's many services documenting in their charts, and you have to read it all. So all sorts of writing. So
what's that now?
Your writing isn't really that bad.
No? Oh, that's good.
It's not. Okay, somebody else jump in. Tell us what your thoughts are on the 90-day push. We need your feedback. Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. They're talking about pizza. Now listen, I can only eat the toppings on the pizza, not the dough. Okay, Dr. Janine's coming.
Yeah, I ordered pizza for my son from another mother who's been here all day, and Jessica, I ordered them pizza, but I didn't eat it. Yeah.
Oh, today?
Good evening, Dr. Janine. How are you?
Hey. Hi, Sam. How are you doing? I'm great. I'm ready for the 90 days.
Hey.
It's weird. I find it weird talking with these things in my ears. I think I should take them out. I guess you can hear me, right?
We can hear you.
And just so you guys know, like when you start, okay, how can I word this? When you guys start getting okay, let me just say this. It's very addicting. When you start, generating all the leads and then the sales start coming in and it's like, wow, it's an avalanche. You won't be able to sleep much at night because that's what happens to me. I get actually texts at 1 and 2 in the morning. I had one at 6 o'clock this morning text. So you got to turn your phone off after like midnight when we do this 90-day push because you do have to still have some sleep. So I'm just warning you. But effectively, when you do a 90-day push, because I've always taught before I met Susan, I always did like a 90-day, DMO, daily method of operation type thing. I've done this for many years. When we started up a restaurant, I knew if that restaurant did not take off in 90 days, then it would be critical. It's critical with a restaurant in 90 days. Because okay, let me put it to you this way. If your food sucks seriously, then you're not going to get any repeat customers or clients. And guess what? The money you just spent on that restaurant is going to all go down the tubes. So anything, whenever you're doing a 90-day push, whether it be opening a restaurant, opening a Subway franchise, any of that stuff, you have to focus and just literally keep your nose to the grindstone. And this is the other thing I want to mention. When you're doing a 90-day push, stick with the same program. That's what drives me nuts with sometimes when I'm like, how many programs? You know what I mean? Like 90-day push means 90-day push on the same in the same business opportunity.
Jumping around.
Drives me nuts to think that Susan and I are going to be working with someone, then all of a sudden, oh, they're over here. Well, oh, they're over there. I mean, that's craziness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do you have any recommendations for structuring the 90 days? I mean, it's going to be individual because we're all going to have individual goals, like you're saying, yours with 1,000 leads. Do you have any suggestions, recommendations for an outline or just to plan this out? I mean, I know we already have our DMO, but I don't know if you had anything in particular that you had in mind.
Yes. Do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to do that tonight or if it was for another time.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I can do it. It won't take me long, like probably 3-4 minutes to describe it.
Okay.
So, I call it chunking out and chunking in. So, you want to have like one fairly specific, focused something to accomplish for at the end of that 90 days. Like there should be one kind of bigger thing. So let's use the leads, for example, 1,000 leads at the end of 90 days. And then you need to chunk it down into smaller chunks. So what does break it down to 1,000 in 90 days? So then how many for each 30 days do you need to create so that you can meet the 1,000 at the end of the 90 days? And then break it down even further. Then every 7 days, how much do you need to do?
Okay.
And then every day, how much do you need to do? So you put the big picture in place. That's we also did a blab and a hangout about like the 90,000 foot view, like the airplane view, like looking down at the big picture view. And then you got to zoom into the map.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you have to, how many leads do you have to get every day to accomplish that 1,000 at the end of 90 days? Then the next thing you have to do is what actions, and this is where it comes into the daily method of operation. What actions need to be taken to make this happen? What daily actions, what weekly actions, what monthly actions? That's the next step. Then the next step after that is how is it going to be measured? Is it measurable? Well, leads is easy. You're just going to see them, right? But whatever your goal is, how are you going to measure that you're achieving it? How are you going to how are you going to watch and analyze and evaluate if you're making progress, if you are starting to accomplish your goal, and then so that you can either tweak, speed up, slow down, adjust things to make sure that you're still on target for that 90-day goal. And then how are you going to be accountable? Are you going to talk about it? Are you going to share about it? How are you going to record your progress? How are you going to keep yourself excited? And how are you going to reward yourself? So all of these things need to be thought of, detailed out, and planned before you start. So there needs to be a plan in place. And it would be really good if you want it so bad, you can taste it, you can smell it, you can feel it. It makes your heart beat. Maybe it even makes you cry. You got to want it bad enough so that you can fuel that passion to actually do it. It's got to excite you. Like Tammy says, it's got to keep you up at night. You got to want it so bad. It's going to keep you up at night or make you cry or make you dance or something. It's got to trigger an emotion.
Has to.
It has to, yeah.
Has to. If you're just sitting there willy-nilly and just taking this in tonight, guys, and thinking that just Susan and I are talking smack tonight, and we're not. We walk the talk. We literally do. Ever since we started working together, our lives have literally changed. We literally have changed each other's lives. She's changed mine. I've changed hers. We're here to change yours. But you have to come, like I said to Rod tonight, you have to bring the motivation, I told him. We can show you the vehicle of what we're using in order to make this money, which is Titum and now Pure Profit Pro. We absolutely, without a doubt, with a shadow of a doubt, know what we're capable of.
Yes.
but now it's up to you guys to really bring it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we will absolutely support you guys. Janine, I will absolutely help you with your leads. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. You got to listen to the training, because when I get inundated and I say, this is what you guys should do, this is what you should do or say, or then when you guys start getting all your training wheels off, now you guys will be able to empower your people. See what I'm saying? It's a pay it forward kind of a business. Like I was explaining to Rod tonight, and now Ray's doing it with his group. See what I'm saying? Like, Gail, you do it with your people, and then on and on and on, and it's a trickling effect. And like Susan calls it, the ripples. It's a rippling effect that of the Unstoppable Network and the Unstoppable Mamas. That's what we started. So, like, just some of these notes that I have tonight is like literally, that was a really good question, Rod, and I'm so glad you're here, because he is a business owner and he understands 90-day pushes, because he was in insurance and I was a mortgage broker, and I used to tell my loan officers all the time, listen, we're going to do a 90. It's so funny, Susan, because it's like, we have so much in common sometimes. It's kind of scary, because like she'll think of something and I'll think of it at the same time. But like, we used to always tell our mortgage brokers and our loan officers, let's do a 90-day push. And it's something about that 90 days that gets into your mind. Like, okay, we got a brand new start. Who cares about what happened yesterday? Who cares about what happened last month? Who cares? It's been in the past now. So we're renewed. We got a 90-day push. And whenever that happens, you're going to make sales along the way. You don't have to know everything in this industry. You don't have to know everything. I still don't know everything. Who cares? But like Susan said, get good at one thing. Get good at one thing. Create that list. Create the sales. And then you got your momentum.
And lead generation is a really, really, really good place to start. Because if you can generate leads, you can sell anything. All it takes after that, once you master lead generation, all the rest is just simple tweaking. That's it. You can convert, you can upsell, you can downsell. There's a gazillion things you can do, but it all starts with lead generation. You can't close the sale if you can't generate the lead.
Exactly. There'd be no one for me to close if Susan didn't generate the lead.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
Like you cannot get to the 12th floor if you don't start at the first floor. It just don't work.
So many times, but you know what? That's what is it? That's our human nature, right, Susan? I said, like last Memorial Day, I just wanted to be in a size 14 or size 12, right? Well, that didn't happen right the next month. So, I mean, it's a process like anything. It's a process. You got to get through the process. You got to figure out, okay, well, where am I going to get the leads at? Or what, you know what I mean? And we share that. We're not going to share that on a live blab, but we do. Once you come in, we share where you can do that. And it's simple places. That's how you guys found us in the first place. I always tell people, just think about where you found us in the first place, and that's where we advertise.
And what is one of the biggest resistance when you're talking to somebody about your business or your product or your service or whatever? What's one of the biggest forms of resistance, other than money? Because of course, lots of people, I don't have any money. But what is really what they're thinking in their mind? I can't do that. I can't sell stuff. I can't do that. Right? So delete that. Don't think about that you have to sell something. Just master lead generation. And if you have enough people looking at it, they're just going to buy it because it's great.
They're going to watch the video, the 14-minute video, and they're going to, boom. Yep. Like Sylvia, I don't know if she's on. I don't think she's on tonight, but Sylvia came through from Susan's pulled traffic, was like I can't remember how many leads in, but all of a sudden we saw the boom. I never talked to her. She never called me. She never called Susan. It was just boom, signed up, and she called me and said, where do I send the money? That's cold traffic.
Oh.
That's how that works. Pretty sweet. That's what I love about these systems. Automation is
So,
awesome.
any closing thoughts? Did that answer your question, Dr. Janine?
It did. Are we going to? The last question is: Are we going to be? I know you're going to be talking about this in the next 90 days, but is there? You talked about accountability. Do we want to put something in the group? What we're doing, or?
We sure can. We can have a specific thread for it. Whatever everybody's heart's desires, we can make happen. We can cheer each other on, and if you want to share the specific goals, you can, or if you don't need to, just feed on the energy. But yeah, we can make it as structured or as unstructured as everybody wants. Don't matter at all to me.
I think the best thing to do is to print off the checklist that you have, and then add and double what I have on that sheet. That's what I actually did today. Was I checked it off, and video is one of our favorite methods of lead generation, and it works over and over and over for us, and it's very passive. It's a passive form of advertising. While we were in Texas, we were getting signups because of our videos that we've done together, and then, of course, of what we've done separately. The ones that we have done together convert much higher because we're goofier on the videos, and people seem to love that. They just love that, the interaction that her and I have. It's just our thing. What do we call it, Susan? The whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the best leads that I get when I get them texted and calling is I've seen you and Susan together. I think it's awesome what you two are doing together. So like you and I did with that blab, Janine, that's exactly why I did that, was so that your prospects, you can send that off to your prospects. You can put it in your first AWeber series, and you can literally, show them, listen, this is what we have here. This is what we have available to you. You know what I mean? And that's what people want. They really do. You got to just know what people want. In other words, think to yourself, what did you want when you joined? You wanted the community. You wanted training. So the same thing that's going to be going through your prospects' heads. That's it.
For anybody that's creating, that's going to choose goals for the 90-day push, that's a form of scaling up in their business. The best way to scale up in your business is not necessarily making more busy work. Like you don't necessarily want to quantify what you're doing, but you want to make sure that you do stuff that is evergreen, and once you put it out there, it can be used again and again and again. And that's the benefit. So what I'm getting at is that's the benefit of videos, because once you record a good video, if it's on point, if it's on purpose, and if it's relevant to your target audience, it's going to resonate with them, and it repeatedly, again and again and again. It can be watched 1,000 times, 5,000 times, as many times as you want. It'll keep on working for you. So the kind of content that you want to create for scaling up in your business is evergreen, like something that's going to be good repeatedly for the entire 90 days, maybe for years. Like there's some videos that Tammy's recorded or that I've recorded from a year ago, 2 years ago, that if somebody watches them, they're still pretty relevant. Mm-hmm. And on that topic, it is really good to record specific, like videos specific to the product or opportunity that you are, that you're sharing. But that should only be about a quarter or less of all of your videos. The rest should all be about you, stories, value, so that it is evergreen. And then just lead them to the link below. But leave it as value-based content, and then it's going to work for you forever. Like, your videos, Janine, are awesome. You're sharing value, strategy, content, thoughts, stories. That's what people are eating up. So the best way, like, and maybe that might be somebody's 90-day push is to create 20 solid, evergreen, very usable videos. I don't like the challenges, like the video challenges where you do a video every day, because it's really challenging to create quality videos if you do daily. You burn out from them, you don't do them quality, etc. So, it might be to create a really solid video series in 90 days, a certain number, because those will repeatedly. Can you imagine the massive business that you would build if you had 20 solid videos?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What I started doing was like videos on Backpage, like how to post on Backpage. I mean, seriously, people sometimes they don't even know how to do it, and I'm like, I mean, so that's what I started doing. And then Craigslist, how to post on Craigslist, for example.
Yeah.
Craigslist gets us a lot of leads, huh, Susan? So Backpage, Craigslist, the classified ad sections, and then just honestly how-to stuff. That's what people love. They eat it up, journey, transformation, things like that. I've been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
But those are some of the ideas.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Is when you're all set up and you have your mind in the right space, and do a shoot and record a bunch at once, and then just take your time and release them properly, optimized and everything, like over time. Yep.
Exactly. And Susan's in her video course, she has the video plan on what to do.
Absolutely.
Yes, Holly.
That's a really good idea.
Yep.
Great, thank you.
Anybody else have any closing thoughts? I guess we're at the top of the hour.
I'm good. I think I've shared most of mine tonight.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Make sure that
I'm excited.
You greet each other, like everybody's comments. Leave your closing.
Oh, Rod, what type of mics are we using?
Yeah.
They're Yetis. On Amazon, they're Yetis. I don't know. My son ordered mine after. So it's the Blue.
Blue is the company
exactly
that makes it, and Yeti is this particular model. Yeah. What was I was going to say something. Oh, and leave your closing thoughts. Like, did we share value? Did we inspire you for something, a 90-day push in your life or your business? Who's going to take action? Please leave us notes in the comments. Yeah.
And feel free to post on Facebook.
Yeah. Give us some feedback.
If you enjoyed this.
Feed us. We're hungry. We are really hungry. We're starving now. We did this workout. Now we're starving. Feed us.
We're
Tell
starving.
us. Do you like what we shared? Did it excite you? Are you gonna do it? Do you love us? Do you love us?
Are you gonna start tonight? Hey, exactly. And can you dance? Susan can. I can. And I'm dancing with her.
This T-shirt. Can you read it? It's the bus.
What's it say?
The bus.
Oh, it's the bus.
Free spirit.
I didn't know you had a bus T-shirt.
You like it?
Free spirit. I like it. I do. I like the 4-wheel thing. Yep. It's totally cute, Holly said. Yay.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. It starts, and then you know what? Tonight. Do it tonight. Why wait?
Yeah,
Why wait till May 1st? Do it tonight.
Or start planning.
Right after you get off of this.
It's
Write
good
it down.
to pick a day
Start
to
planning.
get started, and like maybe between now and then, just really put some thought into it and write some notes down, put some pieces in place so that you can run.
Maybe at the end of 90 days, maybe we'll have some sort of a maybe a gathering of sorts. Maybe. That is going to be disclosed shortly. Shh. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to say anything. Man, I blew it again. I blew it on Facebook. I was like, we're meeting. And she goes, no.
It
was funny. Hey, I can't help it that Rod, I can't remember his last name. What's his last name? I think he's still listening. Yeah. He said, I'm getting inboxes from this blab. Okay, cool. Yeah. What was his last name? Oh, Paget? Am I saying that right? Rod Paget? Yeah, that's it. Paget, yeah. Okay, so it's not going to be in Arizona, the live event, but he wants to come to our live event, Susan.
All right.
He's already booking it. So I told him we did one in November, so he's already ready for it, right? Right, Rodney? Yay. Awesome. Okay, Susan, thank you so much, and I absolutely love working with you. You're the bomb. Tammy. And I love seeing your movements.
I'll never grow up.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know.
What's the sense of growing up, right?
Good night. Night,
everyone. Oh, are we picking Florida? No. We're not picking Florida. No. It's a surprise. DC, listen to, they're all picking.
I want to go many places, now, so let's go.
True. All right, maybe Florida sometime.
I want to go to New York
but not
City.
New York. Who wants to do one in New York City?
I don't want to do a group thing in New York City. I want to go there all by myself. No event in New York City.
You can go to New York City because that's the last place.
I want to dance in the park, in the rain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the rain. Okay. You could have probably come out to my place.
Ah, yes.
Yesterday it was raining.
Good.
Okay. Good night, everyone. I gotta go for my walk. Thanks, Susan.
Bye.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later. Bye.